Okay. There we go. So we need a squishy ball today if you have one. You can use a pillow or nothing if you don't have one. And then weights, just 1 pound, 2 pound at the most, cans, bottles, whatever feels good. You guys know the deal. And then, oh, it's 9:30. That was quick. We will just start standing. All right. There we go. Okay, so feet just about hip distance apart. Standing nice and tall. I have my weights attached to my arms. I'm not cheating today. I have my weights. And just stand up really nice and tall. So feel nice, even pressure through your toes and your heels from the inside to the outside of your feet. Stand up really nice and tall. So feel the top of your head is reaching up. Ribs are tight at the front of your body, like you have that corset on. Back of your rib cage is flat. And then you have that little space in your low back. So your pelvis isn't tilting one way or the other, just that neutral. And then from here, we're just going to start by going straight up. So lifting our heels just straight up. Hold when you get there. Let's bring our arms up and then lower your heels and then lower your arms. So trying to just move straight up in space. Again, it's going to be heels up, arms up, and then heels and down. So instead of doing that kind of a thing, you're just moving straight up in space. If you are close to a wall, you could actually try that. Standing up against a wall, keep the back of your head against it as you come up. Hold there, and then slow, lower, back down. So when you come up, your shoulder blades stay against that wall, right? Don't reach too far. And then down and down. Go for a few more like that. So straight up, press through each one of those toes, arms up, and then down and down. Last two, abs connect, keeping you nice and steady. Down and down. And then one more, press through each one of those toes, core connects straight up and up, and then down and down. Now from here, a little bit of extra weight into your left foot. Think of your left inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Let's lift our right leg up. Hold when it's there, and then step it back down, and then do the same thing left. So press through your right, lift straight up, arms reach, and then control back down. So you can have your weights in your hands for these if you're lifting up. Trying not to shift your weight too much, and then lifting up, try not to let that weight shift. So up again, and down and left. Let's go up, back down, and then stay. So now you're gonna lift up your right heel. So weight is in that left. You're gonna step your right back, reach those arms forward, hold right there. And then you're going to stand all the way up, press through your left to stand, arms reach behind you. So reaching out, take a breath, stand up, pressing through your left, arms come behind you so you get that extra bit of tricep there. Inhale, reach, exhale in, press through your left to stand up. Go for 5, reach, and up, 4, reach, and up, squeeze those arms back, 3. Last 2, reach. Think about that left knee pointing straight forward, left inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Last 1, back, and then you're gonna come down, stay there, bend that left knee. So both legs are at 90-degree angles. Now reach your arms straight up and then bend them in so you're here. All right, little cactus, you're gonna go down 2 inches and up 2, just down, straight up. Nice long necks, down, core connects, press up. Pressing into your left heel primarily. Go for 4, 3, think about that left glute. Last 2, last 1, up 2 inches, stay, just pivot your arms and back up. So inhale down. Go for 6. Try to keep your elbows pretty still in space. 5. 4 more. 3. Last 2, keep pressure through that left heel. Last 1. in, open those arms nice and wide, step that right in, and then stand all the way up. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll down. All right, keep your legs facing forward, or toes facing forward, so you're parallel again. Just bend your elbows to 90-degree angles. Keep that pressure through your left. So still thinking left glute. Now we got a little bit of glute meat. So side glute, you're gonna kick your right leg out, hold it when it's out there, take a breath, and then pull it back in. So press up through your left, extend your right, and then slow pull in. Most of your weight is in your left, so that right can just move without having to jam it out there. Press through your left, out, and then pull in. 4 more. And in, keep pressure through that left. That is the key. And in, last 2. And in, you ready? 1 more, you're gonna go out. Stay there, hold, drop 2 inches into your left and up 2. So we're here, we're just coming down a little lower and up, little lower and up. Go 5 like that. Press 4, pressing through that left heel. 3, left inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. So many things to think about. 2, last 1, up and all the way in. Give those legs a little shake. Okay, and then we'll do the same. Actually, I'm gonna stay facing this way to show you the kickbacks for our right. So feet again, hip distance apart. We're gonna kick our lefty out. So you're in that nice long lunge. Reach your arms forward, looking down. Fingertips are reaching away from that left heel. Now, as you stand up, as you bring your left leg in, you're gonna stand up on your right. So it kind of happens together. Stand up on that right arm, squeeze back. Inhale, reach, take your time, pause. All the way in and back. So 6 here. And 5. In. 4. In. 3 more. Last 2. Down. Exhale, press through that right, up. Last 1. Keep that right knee reaching straight forward. Don't let it open to the side. Come down, stay when you're down there. And then bring those arms down. Bend your left in, holding here. You're gonna reach your arms right out to the side. Bend those elbows, down 2, up 2, down 2, press up 2. So pressing through your right heel, right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline for 5 little pulses. 3, last 2, last 1, stay. This time we're going arms together. Open them out. Keep those elbows on a table. Inhale in, exhale out. Keep those abs connected. Open, pause, and in. Constant pressure through your right heel. And in, last 3, and in, last 2, last 1, out, open wide, and then stand all the way up. Give those legs a shake. And then we'll come into that lateral movement. So just drop straight down, keep that core connected. You're gonna kick your left leg out. So remember, if you don't put extra weight into your right, if you don't transfer your weight before you start moving your left, you're gonna kind of end up like having to jam that leg out there. So really think, shift, lift your left heel. Let's do that. Think about shifting your weight into your right heel. Right glute is taking the work. And then just lightly extend that left. And then pull it back in. So we're just gonna go straight out. And pull it back in. So each time you're extending your left, you're pressing a little more through your right. Out and in. Keep that weight into that right heel and back. Right inner thigh squeezes toward your midline. 4 more. 3. And in, last 2. And in, you ready? 1 more, let's go. Out, bring it in, stay out, hold there, drop 2, and up 2, just tiny, down and up. Try and keep your hips pretty still, down and up, go for 5. Press up, 4 more. Press up, 3, press through that right heel, feel that right glute, last 2. Last 1. step in, stand all the way up, give those legs a little bit of a shake, okay? And then bring your legs to a wide second position. So turn your thighs out this time. Thinking about these inner thighs. Again, pressure into your heels. We're gonna go arms right in front, hold there, and then bend. So holding when you're pretty low, just take a nice breath. Feel that your waistlines are both nice and long. Your pelvis is totally even weight through both of your feet. Your knees are turning out, so we're not doing this. We're really cranking them out. Right arm out, hold, and in. Now go left. No rotation, and in. Right out, hold, and in, go left, and back. Right again, exhale, and in, left, exhale, and in. One more right, and in. One more left, pull in, stand all the way up, take a breath, arms back up, open both arms wide, squeeze them in, palms up, palms down, open out, palms up, in, palms down, reach, up, down, squeeze, go 6, in, moving your upper arms, forget about your hands. It's the nice thing about these wrist weights, you can really think of moving your arms. When you're gripping in your hands, it changes it a little bit, but still think about that, moving your upper arms up and down. Last one, up, down, stay here. Keep your palms facing down. From here, bending low again. From here, lift your right, drop it down. Keep those arms reaching. They're not locked, they're active. Left and down, go right. And down and go left. And down. Right leg lifts, right arm up and down. Left leg lifts, left arm up. Pelvis stays totally still. Do that again, right? And down, go left. 2 more each way, go right, up. Nice long spines, left. 1 more right. And down, 1 more left, up. And down, press through your heels, stand all the way up. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll down. Hold here, we got 1 more little set we're gonna do. We're gonna lift our heels up this time. So you're up in this turn out on your tippy toes, turn those thighs out a little wider, reach your arms right in front, palms face up, bend your knees, hold, and then press. So now pull your elbows in as you bend, and then reach, palms face forward, in. Go for 5, control in, spine is long, press, 4. 3 more, in, and reach, last 2, in, and reach, last 1, in, holding here, so you're here, elbows are slightly behind you, now extend those arms, bend them in, stay low. My heels are still lifted, exhale back, inhale in, growing tall, 5, and in, go for 4. And in, keep those thighs turning out, 3, in, last 2, and in, last 1, back, bring them in, stand all the way up, drop your heels, walk those legs back together, give your shoulders a little roll out, and then come down onto your mat. Grab a squishy ball if you have one, or just have a pillow handy. I need to aim this down. Okay, so feet about hip distance apart. Just hands by your sides. You can keep your weights handy. I'm gonna keep mine attached on, so you can just use weights as you want to, it doesn't matter. It changes things, so it lets, when you have your weights, it's gonna be easier to arch your back, so you need to use a little bit more abdominals, and then of course it's gonna be more arms, so whatever feels good for you. Feet hip distance apart, find that neutral so you feel that little space behind your low back, pelvis is nice and still, sitting bones are wide, ribs tight around your center. Now from here, let's bring those arms right up to the ceiling. So shoulder blades wide on the mat, collarbones nice and open. Again, you can use weights, you don't have to. Now from here, belly button to spine, press through your heels, lift, hold, and then slowly articulate back down. Take a nice breath, do it again, belly button to spine, press through your heels up, Take a nice breath. Your head, your neck is nice and relaxed, so your head can rock back and forth with no tension. Roll all the way down. Go for 2 more like that. Belly button to spine right up. Slowly rolling down. And then 1 more. Belly button to spine. Press through those heels, lift those hips right up and stay. So your knees are reaching away from the top of your head. Your shoulder blades are pressing into the shoulder blades are pressing into the mat, but your fingertips are reaching up. So you've got that oppositional pull this way, and you've got that oppositional pull knees away from the top of your head, right? Keep those in mind. Now from here, just open your right arm to the side. Don't let your hips shift left. And then back up. Left arm opens, even weight in your feet. Hips stay nice and level. Go right again, inhale. And left, inhale. And press. 1 more right, reach. Exhale up. 1 more left, reach. Exhale up, holding there. Now we're gonna reach our right arm. We're gonna drop our hips, almost touch the mat. Press through your heels, lift that right up. Do the same thing left. Inhale down. So we're just dropping our hips and our ribs. We're not rolling this time. And go left. 1 more each way here. And up, 1 more left, out. Press up, holding there, and then roll all the way down. Come through to neutral, and then just bring your arms down and take a breath. All right, so from there, grab your ball if you have one. If you don't have a ball, you can just have your foot on a pillow, or you can just think of keeping your foot a little bit light on the ground. So just the tippy toes mimics what the ball does, making sure you're not just putting all your weight in your toes. Keep your foot light. All right, I'll show you with the ball because I think some of you definitely have it. All right, so waistlines are long, ribs tight around your center. So from here, all we're going to do is nice and slow lift our left heel. So we're on our left tippy toes. And then let your right foot be a little bit lighter on top of the ball if it's not there already. If you don't have the ball, you're on tippy toes on both feet, right? Now from here, just nice and slow, I want you to roll this ball away. So if you don't have the ball, you're just gonna slide your ball away, or you're just gonna slide your leg away and then pull back in. If you have the ball, you're gonna roll this guy away and then pull back in. So left foot stays light, right is light on the ball or just hovering right over the ground and then pulling back in. Now, if you feel your back at all, start by letting your left foot be heavy. If you still feel it, let your right be heavy. That's totally fine. And if you don't have the ball, that would mean reaching your leg a little higher, maybe not extending it the whole way. Go 4 more. Out, in, even weight through those hips. 3, reach, and in. Last 2, keep that chin pulling into your chest. I want to end up here. Last 1. Bring that leg in, hold it there. Now lower your left heel. Keep your right toes on top of that ball. From here, you're gonna press through your left heel and lift your hips right up. So holding when you're up there, if you don't have the ball and you have your foot on a pillow, just make sure that it's a little bit light on that pillow. Now from here, we're gonna reach our arms up. Shoulder blades flat against the mat. Your hips really wanna shift, right? Don't let them. So now slowly drop your hips down. You're almost gonna touch the mat. You're gonna open your arms wide at the same time and then press everything back up. So inhale down. Now we have left glute primarily here. Go for 6. Wide and press. Inhale 5. Wide. 4 more. Exhale, press through that left heel. 3. Exhale, press. Right foot is as light as you keep it, so you're really isolating that left. 2. Last 1. All the way up. Hold right there. Now slowly roll all the way down. Come through to neutral. Lower those arms. Take a breath. And then flip the ball or the pillow or nothing over to the other side. So same set on this side. So we'll start with our right heel. Lift it up that little bit so your right toes are light. Then let your left foot be a little bit light on the ball or pillow or nothing. And then you're just going to roll away. So moving your left leg, think about your low abdominals as you pull the ball back in. This could be all hip flexor, right?
We don't want our hip flexor to take over. Think about those abs, belly button pulling in as you pull that ball back. So your core is working here as you reach away, keeping your pelvis still, keeping your foot light. As you pull it back in, it's working even harder. Go for 4. Keep that right foot light unless you feel your back. And 3. In. Last 2. 1 more. Inhale out. Exhale back in. Stay with your left foot being light. Press your right heel down. Let's press through our right heel. Lift those hips up. Stay right there. Reach your arms up. If you feel your back, you can keep your arms down. Remember, your hips need to stay level, no tipping. Now from here, drop those hips and press. You can open those arms, drop your hips. Press straight up through that right heel. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale. Go for 4, pressing straight up. 3, shoulder blades stay flat against the mat as you reach those arms up. 2. Last 1, exhale, press up, holding there, slowly roll all the way down. Come through to neutral. Awesome. And then just pop that ball off to the side. All right, so in neutral, back of your rib cage is heavy. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. Feet are just a nice, comfortable distance in front of you here. We're gonna just reach our right arm overhead. So reach, nothing changes in your body, and then bring your right arm back up, and then go left. Reach, not letting everything lift, right? So isolate, we're gonna add some legs to this in a second. So really feel what's going on in your body. Your right arm lifts, your right shoulder blade slides up a little bit on your back, right? That's okay, that's just how your shoulder moves there. Left reaches. Keep your ribs tight around your center and then back up. Do you feel when you reach an arm overhead, your ribs could lift, your back could arch? That's what we want to minimize. Because if you feel that arching, that's how you're gonna get into your low back, which is not gonna feel good. We want core instead. And up, and then go 1 more left. Back up. Stay there. Now bring your arms down. We're going to add them back in a second here. Just want to make sure I have room to extend my legs. So belly button towards your spine, ribs tight around your center. Lift your right heel. Lift your left. Gazes straight up to the ceiling. Bring your right leg to tabletop, so knee above your hip, and then bring your left up. So holding there, just relax that upper body. Feel that your shoulder blades are nice and wide and flat on your mat. Now from here, reach your right leg away. And then pull it in. So exhale as you reach left. And in. Again, reach right. And back. Don't let anything change in your body. Left. Take it nice and slow. Little pause. And in. Go right again. And in. And then go left. And back. Go 1 more right. Exhale out. Inhale in, 1 more left. Back in, holding there. Now from here, can we reach those arms up? Stay there. And we're gonna reach our right leg in front, right arm overhead. Reach, fingertips reach from toes, and then pull all the way in. Now go left. Left fingertips away from your left toes. And pull in. Really control the movement. Reach, 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 reach. And then pull back. Left. Reach all the way, nice even hips, and up, heavy rib cage, right, all the way, and left. Exhale up. You've got 2 more each side, reach away, take a breath, pull all the way in, and then left. Right back in, belly button to spine, last one, right. And in, belly button to spine, last one left. All the way in, holding there, lower your right toes, lower your left, lower those heels, lower those arms, take a breath, hug those knees in. You can have a little roll around one way and then the other. All right, and then have those feet back down about hip distance apart. Make sure you can touch them with your heels. 1 more little set of hip rolls we're gonna do. So have your palms facing up to start. For this one, I'm gonna give you a couple little add-ons. Belly button to spine, press through your heels, lift those hips and stay. So knees, again, are reaching away from the top of your head, right? Constant pressure into your heels so your glutes stay active. If you aren't pressing into your heels, you're going to kind of end up like this, and your glutes are not working to hold you up here, which means you could go into your back. We don't want that. We want our glutes to be working. So pressure into your heels will help with that. Now, a little bit of extra pressure into our left heel right now because we're going to lift our right heel. Got that? Hips stay level, right? Now float that right leg all the way up. Tabletop. If you feel your back, bring your toes back down here. That's totally fine. You'll do it the same set we did before. If not, hold her up here. Upper body is nice and quiet. Now, if you feel good, you feel that this left glute is working, that your abdominals are helping support you, you can reach your arms up. You absolutely do not have to, whatever feels good for you. I'm gonna bring mine down just to keep everything simple. So from here, we're gonna reach our right leg out, reach long, and then bring it back in. So there's no movement in your hips, your waistline stay long, reach. Exhale out, let's exhale out, inhale in. So go 4 more, exhale and in, 3, and in, last 2, reach, and in, 1 more, reach, left inner thigh still squeezing toward your midline, right? Now drop those hips down, almost touch the mat, and then press up. Inhale down, exhale, press through that left heel. Think about your left inner thigh constantly squeezing toward your midline so that left leg doesn't fall open. 5, go for 4, even pressure into both of those arms. 3, relax through your neck. Last 2, last 1, exhale, pressing up, hold there, lower your right toes, ball, heel, roll all the way down. Take a breath, make sure you're listening to your body. Even if you felt your back on one side, or you don't feel it on one side, but you feel it on the other, just make sure you bring your foot down. It doesn't matter if you do a different exercise, you want to keep that back nice and safe. This is a lot of work on your glute and your core, and it's quite easy to go into your back. So just pay attention to what you're feeling. So from here, let's press through our right, press through both heels actually, come all the way up this way. So find that center point, little extra pressure through your right heel. That's engaging your right glute, right? Now lift your left, stay there. Float that left up, hold. Remember, if you're feeling good, you can bring your arms up, doesn't matter. Right inner thigh constantly squeezes toward your midline. Reach your left, bring it in. Reach it out, bring it in. So go 6 like that. Lengthen toes from the top of your head. And in, go for 4, waistline stay long. Pull in, 3 more. And in, last 2. And in, last 1, reach. Bring it in, stay there, ready, hips, lower, and lift. Inhale, lower, press through that right heel. Right inner thigh squeezes toward your midline for 6. 5. 4. Exhale, up. 3. 2. Last 1. Press up. Lower left, all the way, and then roll all the way down to the mat. Give those legs a little hug, have a little roll one way, and then the other. Take those off. So we'll come do a little bit of stuff in flexion here. So now hands behind your head when you're ready. Have that head nice and heavy in your hands. Your neck is relaxed. Elbows just hover off the mat that little bit. Now tuck your chin. Curl up to flexion. So you're looking down towards your knees, right? Your pelvis is nice and even. Slowly, we're gonna lengthen back. So think of your ribs, your lowest couple of ribs, those floating ribs moving away from the top of your hips. You're working all the way. Core is still working, it's still working, it's still working. It takes a little break when I drop my head. Now it's gonna start working again. Tuck your chin, ribs move down to your hips, holding. Keep your gaze towards your thighs as you uncurl. Come back up, still working all the way, and take a break. So go 4 more like that, tucking, curling, keep that length as you come down, lengthen, 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 lengthen. Last 3, tuck, Slowly all the way down. So really feel that work on the way down. It's not just gravity pulling you down. 2. Slow and controlled. So when we're coming up to flexion, we've got upper abs working with those obliques and your low abs. So every part for your core is working together. So holding when you're here. Remember, if you have picked your tailbone up off the mat, you're not going to be engaging your transverse. And you're not going to be neutral. You want your tailbone to stay tipped away so you can keep that neutral and really challenge those low abs. Now from here, float your right heel up, lift it up to tabletop and stay. So you're looking towards that right knee. Now from here, we're going to reach our right arm again, just like we did before. Right leg reaches, right arm reaches. You're working. I'm still working here. This is actually the hardest point of the exercise. And then come all the way back in. Even weight on your hips. So inhale back, lengthen. All the way in. So it's not a break when you go back. Go for 6. Inhale. 5. And if you want to kind of up the ante a little bit, you can lift your right heel. Your left heel. Staying light on your left toes is going to make it a little harder. Go for 4. 3. Last 2. Exhale up. Last 1. Inhale back. Exhale up. Bring that right hand back. Lower your right. Lower your heels. Lower all the way down. Take a breath. So if that didn't feel like that much work, you were probably having a break when you came back. It should feel like a ton of work if you're keeping your core engaged the whole time. There's no break, right? You're coming back. This is work. You're coming up. It's still work, right? Think about that a little bit. Tuck your chin. Curl in. Stay here. Lift your left heel. Lift that leg up. Holding there. So now you're going to reach that left leg away. So that nice long line, your hips stay even. You can add that upper body reaching back this way. Inhale, you can lift your right heel if you want a little bit more through that low ab area. Inhale back, yeah, looking good. Lengthen and curl. So taking your time, it's work, it's work, it's work, it's work, it's work. And then all the way in. What is that? Like 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, no momentum. 3 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 3. Keep those ribs hugging tight. Last 2. And last 1. Lengthen all the way. Curl all the way. Hand back. Lower those toes. Lower your heels. Lower that upper body. Feel those, guys? All working together? Okay. Reach your legs straight out in front of you. Reach those arms right up to the ceiling. So shoulder blades flat on the mat, toes reaching away from the top of your head. Reach your arms overhead. So hold when you're back here. Take a breath. Your ribs are tight around your center. Now from here, tuck your chin. Roll all the way up. Reach out to your toes. Stack yourself up tall when you're back here and then roll back. Belly button just fine. Keep those toes reaching. So now the oppositional pull is your toes reaching away from the top of your head. Keep them reaching, keep them reaching, keep them reaching. Reach those arms back. Go one more like that. Tucking, keeping that neutral as long as you can. Belly button to spine. Reach. Stack up all the way back. Now bend your right leg. Holding here. Don't bend it in too far. It makes it quite a bit harder. Tucking your chin. This time we're just going to come into our half roll. So we're going to come into that kind of a position. Reach your arms up and then roll back. Go one more this side. Tucking. Keep that left hip heavy. And then all the way back. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Reach. Send that right leg out, bend your left in. Don't bend it in too far. Arms tuck. Hold all the way back, belly button to spine. Keep that right hip heavy, roll all the way. And then go back up, one more. Scoop right back. And then bend both legs. Can we do both legs? We're just going to come up and stay. So arms up, tuck your chin. Holding that little scoop. Arms up. And then come all the way to seated, nice and tall. Arms down. All right, so if you have your squishy ball, you can grab it. If not, you can easily do this with a pillow, or you don't need anything. It doesn't matter. So squishy ball behind your tailbone, like you can almost, depending on the ball you have, you can almost squeeze it underneath you a little bit. You want it really nice and close in there. So that is me neutral, right? My ribs, it's a bad shirt. My ribs are stacked right on top of my hips, right? And my head, my shoulders, all lined up. So from here, scoop back, belly button to spine. Think of just carving out those low abs. That's as far as I'm going in my scoop. It doesn't need to be a huge thing. That's going to be rectus abdominis. We don't want that. We want transverse. So you're in that little scoop. Now from here, arms can come up and then arms come down. So if you don't have the ball, it just looks like this. And down, up, control down. And if you have the ball, make sure you're not dropping all your weight onto it. Imagine it's a balloon. You could even do it with a balloon. You don't want to put all your weight into it because it will pop, right? 2 more. Last one, let's go up and down, and then use your abs, come all the way back to seated, nice and tall. Have your palms facing one another. You can add a weight to this if you want. You could not, doesn't matter. I'll hold mine to show you. So exhale, scoop back, belly button to spine, holding that little bit of a scoop. Now from here, right arm opens to the side. Your ribs, your shoulders, your head stay facing forward, and then bring that right arm in. Now go left. And in, right again, exhale, abs deepen, no movement through your rib cage, no movement through your body except this arm. Left arm moves, right arm doesn't move, nothing else changes. And in, go one more left. And in, and then come all the way back to seated, nice and tall. Now we'll add a little rotation. I'll show you the front view for this one. So same scoop to start. Hold when you're in that little bit of a scoop. Now open your right arm. Exact same exercise we did before. We're not letting our weight shift. Now begin reaching that arm behind you. Follow with your eyes. Maybe reach a little bit further. And then come all the way back to center. You're still scooped. Left arm out. Reach it back. Add that little extra reach if you want. And then come back to center. Do that again, right? When you're back here, your right fingertips are reaching away from your left, right? Maybe add that extra reach if you want. And in, and then left. Reach it back, extra inch, and then all the way back and come right up to seated, nice and tall. Good job, guys. Keep one of your weights handy. Grab your squishy ball or pillow and pop it between your ankles. And then reach your legs straight out underneath you. Just have one weight handy for our next little bit we're gonna do. So your ribs are stacked. Your left ribs are lifted off the mat. Your right ribs are hugging in tight. Your waistlines are long. So really think about keeping those waistlines long. Keep that belly button pulling right into your spine. And then we can start with our right hand down on the mat. Just bend your left so you're comfortable and your head is heavy on your arm. Okay, so toes reaching, inner thigh squeeze, lift both legs. Hold when you're up at the top. Just take a little breath and think length. So think of reaching your toes away from the top of your head. Keep those waistlines long. Keep that belly button pulling in. Slowly lower your legs to a hover and back up. Inhale, hover. Exhale, squeeze. So as you come down, you're working. You're not just turning everything off. You're working to lower. You're working to lift. You'll really feel those right obliques when you get up higher. Exhale, up. So thinking left inner thigh, doing most of the work for your legs, right obliques, doing a ton of stability work, transverse, doing a ton of stability work. 5, controlling down. Go for 4. Control down. 3 more. Squeeze. Control. Last 2. And down, last 1, squeeze up and hold at the top. So keep your toes reaching away from the top of your head. Squeeze your inner thighs for 8, squeeze 7, squeeze 6, 5. So you'll probably feel more left inner thigh More right oblique, squeezing down. 3, exhale 2, exhale 1. Hold that squeeze and then lower those legs all the way down. Grab that ball, just pop it off to the side and then bend your legs so they're going to be in a 90-degree angle. Waistline is nice and long. Grab one of your weights. If you want, you don't have to. Reach that arm up to the ceiling. So hand is directly above your shoulder. Your ribs are nice and tight around your center. Lift your right leg up and hold it up there. So your knee and your foot are at the same level, right? Now from here, you're going to kick out through your right heel, reach nice and long through your right arm. Almost reach, and then slow, bring that right leg back in, right to your starting position. So that's a 90-degree angle. Do that again, reach, and then pull in. So not rushing through these movements, you're working the whole way out, right? Flex that foot, really reach heel away from your right fingertips, and then all the way in with control. Go for 5. Try and keep your gaze straight in front of you so your neck stays nice and long. Go for 4. Abs deep and pulling in, keeping your waistlines long. 3. Last 2. And in, last 1, reach. Come all the way in and stay. So keep this arm reaching up. You're just going to lower your leg and lift your leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Control knee and foot together and up. Pelvis stays steady. Go 6, 5, squeeze up. 4, squeeze up. 3, 2, squeeze. Last 1, squeeze up to the top. So holding when you're up at the top there, take a little bit of a breath, just your arm. Don't move your leg. And up. Inhale down, control. And up. Go for 6. 5 more. 4. Keep that leg up there. 3, I know it's not easy. Last 2. Last 1. And up. Stay there. Keep that arm reaching. Can we reach this leg out underneath us? Ah, that feels good. Take a breath. Draw a rainbow. Toes down to the front edge of your mat. Toes down to the back edge. Now what's happening with your waistlines? It's really easy to let your left ribs press down as you make your rainbows. Don't do it. Keep those waistlines long. They're unchanged essentially. Go for 5, up and down, up and down. 4, keep that right arm reaching, up and down, up and down. 3 more. And down. Last 2. And down. Last 1. And down. And then bend that leg all the way in, lower it down, lower your arm. Okay, bring your right foot in front of your left knee. Hug that left in nice and tight. Keep your neutral, even weight on your hips for a little hip stretch. That you can do it seated, lying down, whatever feels good. Just try to stay neutral. So you're sticking your tailbone out a little bit as you stretch. All right. And when you're ready, we're going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to check my time. I don't see it here today. There it is. Okay. So squishy ball or pillow between your ankles. You can do this with nothing as well. Like I said that on the other side. All right. So reaching toes away from the top of your head. Start with your left hand down in front of you. Shoulders are stacked. Hips are stacked. Those right ribs are that little bit lifted off the mat. So don't just press them down to keep yourself steady. Keep your waistlines long. Reach through your toes and then squeeze up. Hold when you're up there. Take a breath and then slow lower. So reaching as you lift, keep reaching as you lower. Remember your gaze right in front of you is nice. Down is good if you feel tension in your neck or it's bothering you at all. That really can relax it. Up, pause, control. Keep reaching through those toes. control. And if you do feel really steady, you can bring your hand onto your hip, that's fine. Just make sure you aren't transferring the work that that arm was maybe doing, that support work, into your neck. Keep everything, just a light touch with your left arm is nice to just make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to do. Go for 4. 3, get nice and high. So now we've got right inner thigh, left obliques, lots of low abs, keeping us steady. 2. And then 1 more, squeeze up, stay. Now from here, squeeze inner thighs, nice and tight. So remember, that's your right inner thigh squeezing up. Left obliques help to push that leg down. You'll really feel that as outer thigh as well. 5, 4, squeeze. 3, 2, last one, squeeze. Lower all the way down. Grab that ball, you can pop it to the side, and then grab a weight if you want to. So reach your left arm all the way up, bend your legs so you're at that 90-degree angle, knees in front of your hips, heels under your knees, so not back there, right? And then from here, you're gonna lift your left leg up. So hold when it's there, you're neutral, your ribs are tight around your center. Now reach through your left heel, reach that right arm overhead. Don't have quite enough room, flex, and then pull all the way back in. So right into your starting position, exhale, and inhale, control. So your waistline stay the same, your torso really stays still. You're moving your left arm in that shoulder socket, but your shoulders are staying nice and stable. And you're moving this left arm in your hip socket, but your hips are staying nice and stable. Go for 5, reach, controlling in. 4, controlling in. 3 more. And in, last 2. And in, last 1, reach long. Keep that length through your waistlines, reach that arm up. Now just lower your leg and lift your leg. Nothing else moves. Exhale up, inhale down. That left outer glute is the primary mover there. Keep that left arm reaching. Waistline stay long, go 5, squeeze up. 4, 3, 2, squeeze. Last 1, squeeze up, hold that leg at hip. I don't drop it, just move your left arm down to shoulder height only, and then back up. Inhale down, it's hard to hold that leg right. Inhale down. Don't drop it, I noticed I was 6. Inhale down. 5 more, control, and down. 4, and up. Last 3. Oh my goodness, that left leg. 2. And up. Last 1, control. Bring it up, stay there. You're ready to kick out that left leg. Keep it nice and high. Reach through your toes. Keep that left arm reaching. Rainbow, front edge of your mat and back edge. So again, that's your hips staying still. This leg goes up and down and up and down. Down and up and down. Go for 5. And down. 4. Up and down. 3 more. And down, up and down. Last 2. Last 1. Keep that left hip nice and steady. And down, and then bend it all the way in. Lower all the way down. Give that left glute a little stretch. So again, in neutral, either lying down or up, seated. Take a couple of breaths, long waistlines. All right, and then when you're ready, come to a 4-point kneel. All right, so hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, so your ribs are tight around your center. All right, shoulders away from your ears, and then really think about the top of your head, so really the top reaching away from your tailbone. So finding that length through your spine, including your cervical spine. So you definitely don't want to be here or here. Nice dynamic movement. You're reaching the top of your head away from your tail constantly. If you do that, you'll feel quite a difference in how you feel this length as we're working. So kick your right leg straight out, really reach through your toes. The top of your head is still reaching away from your tailbone. Now press into your left shin and your left knee, and then you're going to lift your right leg up. So reach right toes now away from the top of your head. Now that line goes further. So top of your head away from your toes. Now from here, just slowly lower those toes and then lift. Inhale down. Nothing else moves in your body. Think control. You're not letting your weight shift left. You're not letting your back arch in any way. Arms are straight, but not locked. Go for 4 and reach. Each time I'm lifting my right leg, I'm pressing through my left knee and my left shin. 3, 2, last one. Up, stay there. Now reach your left arm in front, left fingertips away from your right toes. Pull all the way in, rounding that spine, and then lengthen all the way back out. Nice straight line. Again, in and reach. Go for 4 more. Slow and controlled in. Drop that tail right down. Press through your left knee as you extend. 3. And reach. Last 2. And reach. Last 1. And reach. Bring that left arm down, right knee down, and then sit back to a little shell stretch. Give those wrists a little twist. Shake them out. All right. And then when you're ready, we're going to do another one on this side. This time we're going to have our left elbow down. So we'll give our wrists a little bit of a break. So hands again under your shoulders to start. Knees under your hips. So nice and neutral through your spine. Now bring your left elbow down, and then you can bend your right accordingly. So you're not rotating. So you can bend that right a little bit. Most of your weight's on your left forearm and elbow. Now from here, keeping neutral, kick that right leg out again, lift it up. So you're at about hip height here now, or a little higher than hip height, sorry, I should say. And then bend your knee and flex your foot. So my knee is just slightly higher than my hip. Makes sense? From there, I'm going to kick that heel up 2 little inches and then lower it down. So I'm just kicking my heel up. I'm not really extending from my knee. I'm literally thinking about my thigh lifting higher. My thigh lifts a little higher. My foot presses to the ceiling. As I lift my right thigh that little bit higher, I'm pressing through my left knee and left shin to keep myself nice and lined up, right? You got it. Go for 4. 3, you should feel your left glute as well. If you don't, you might be hinging your weight over to the left. 2. Last one, squeeze up. Stay there. Now bend that knee, or it is bent. Bring your knee to the outside of your left knee and then kick out with a nice straight leg. So you're medially rotating as you bring that right to the outside of your left, and then you're kicking out in lateral rotation. So in, really easy to shift your weight to the left there. Don't do it. In, abs deepen, press, reach. Go for 4. 3 more. In. Last 2. Last 1. In. And then bend that leg in. Sit yourself back again. Take a nice couple of breaths there. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So give those wrists a little shake. And then when you're ready, start with those hands under your hip, or hands under your shoulders, under your hips. Knees under your hips. Keep your waistlines nice and long. Now you're going to kick your left leg out. Remember, before you lift it, press through your right. Lift there. Forward a little bit. Here we go. All right. So from here, you're just going to lower and lift. No movement through your hips. Lower. If you go too high, that's all going to change, right? We're thinking stability here. So really control the movement. Squeeze. Control. Go for 5. Squeeze. Control. 4 more. Abs deepen as you lift. 3. and lift, pressing through that right knee as you lift. 2. Last 1. Reach your right arm out in front. Hold there, still pressing through your right. Come all the way in. Rounding your back and lengthen. Go for 5 more. Look to those knees and then reach. 4. Last 3. Last 2. In and lengthen. Last 1. In, lengthen, knee in, arm in, and then sit all the way back. Take a nice couple of breaths. Shake out those arms. And then we'll do the next 2 this way. So start with your hands under your shoulders so you're all nice and lined up. And then just pop that right elbow down. Your right hand can be flat. And then bend your left arm accordingly. So remember, not starting in a rotation. And then press through your right knee, right shin, kick your left out, lift it up. Hold when you're there so your foot is a little higher than your hips and your shoulders. And then bend that knee. So your knee is now a little bit higher than your hip, right? You're going to kick up 2 inches and down 2. So it would be really easy to do that kind of a thing. You're not going to feel much if you do that. I'm kicking, I'm lifting my thigh up to the ceiling, but I'm thinking of rolling my left hip forward. So as I squeeze up, nothing actually moves through my hip. My thigh lifts up, but my left thigh is lifting up. My left hip is rolling forward. You probably knew what I meant 5 minutes ago. Up. Think of that left hip rolling forward slightly so it doesn't roll back. Kind of oppositional movement there. Left heel lifts up, but left hip rolls down. Go for 2. You're pressing through your right leg the whole time. Last 1, up, stay there. Now bend that, or bring that bent knee to the outside of your right, and then kick out in lateral rotation. So that's medial rotation here to the outside of your right, laterally rotate here. Go 6, in, 5, in, your pelvis moves slightly here, 4, 3, last 2, in and reach, last 1, in and reach, and then bend that leg and come back into that little shell stretch. Give those wrists a shake out. All right, this way. And then bring those hands back under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Step your right foot back, so press through your right heel and hold there. So your hips stay nice and level, your core is connected, and then just bend that right leg back in. Now do the same thing left. Kick through your left heel, lengthening your spine, and then bring that left leg back in. So try to minimize the shift, kicking out through your right, reach, and in, kicking out through your left, reach. How's that neck doing? Is it still nice and long? And in, go 1 more each way, right? Pelvis stays still. Just thinking about that pelvic stability, right? Not letting anything shift as you extend, reach, and back in. Now kick your right out. This time you're gonna hold it out. Kick your left out. Pelvis stays nice and still. Pick up those abs, press yourself all the way back to a downward dog. Heels drop low. You can walk out those feet. Keep that tail lifting up. Drop those heels low. And then step that right foot forward. So right between your hands, you can drop your left knee. So just in a little lunge here, you can uncurl your toes. And then just press into that left hip flexor, dropping your tail, kind of tucking your tail under. You'll feel a little bit more. Take a nice couple of breaths there. Being nice and open through your chest and your collarbones. Didn't get to our extension today, but think about that extension through that upper spine as you stretch here. And then just drop your right leg down. Keep that left leg behind you. You'll feel your right hip having a stretch out there. So right hip, right glute. Again, you can stay forward, and if you're keeping your upper body up, you can come into that little extension, which again will be nice. Don't go too high or you're gonna feel your low back, or you can come just all the way down, whatever feels good for you. All the way. Like to add that extension. We don't have enough of that in our days. Keeping your collarbones wide, shoulder blades flat on your back. And then curl those left toes back under. Step your right foot back, go back to that downward dog, drop both heels low. Lift both nice and high. Drop them low. Lift them up. And then one more time, drop them low. Step that left foot up. Uncurl those right toes, and then you can just let your hips kind of sink forward. Remember, tucking your tail under, you'll feel more through that hip flexor. And again, think about that little bit of extension through your upper spine. So reaching your collarbones forward. Think of your upper body being nice and open without pressing into your low back. You don't want to urge. So keeping your core connected will help with that. Nice couple of breaths there. And then just turn this left out and hinge forward. So again, you can come into a little extension here as well by keeping your gaze forward, or you can come all the way down. Whatever feels good. And then just really let go through that left hip and left glute. And then walk those hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl those right toes under. Step your left back. Press down through those heels. Walk your hands in. Have a little pause in your forward fold. Give your head a little rock back and forth. Shoulders a little roll out. And then you can just roll yourself up when you are ready. Thanks, guys. Hope that felt good. There's Carrie. Nice moves, Carrie. Awesome, guys. So nice to see you all. Hi, everybody. I will see you next week. It's almost a year that we've been doing this. Well, it's almost a year that I guess we've maybe when did we start this? I think maybe April. I know I kept my kids home from March 15th on, so it's almost then, but I don't think we started these right away, but almost a year anyway. So nice to see you. Enjoy the sunshine today, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Lindsay.
You're most welcome. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Lindsay. Bye.